gives me some indication of when we get to a public hearing, exactly how many people and how many we may anticipate being there that evening. So it's great to see you. Tonight I'm going to go through a lot of information regarding how we got to where we are today and also what the process is moving forward. So I've got a PowerPoint presentation that we're going to be going through some slides, and this lays out really the work of the Video Lottery Facilities Location Commission and also our responsibilities and the decisions that we'll make and what factors we'll be utilizing in making those decisions. All of this, as the councilman indicated, is set forth in the statute. The statute is very strict as to what we follow, what type of rules we have to follow. It's very restrictive as to what sort of considerations we make. That's what the legislature did when they passed this law. This is a procurement process to an extent. It's a sealed bid procurement process, and that the information is not allowed to be public until, a lot of the information is not to be allowed public until after the decision is made, but there will be a public hearing as we hear later on. It's much easier if I hold this up and do it this way.
Yeah, it's a bit.
If we could just go ahead to the first slide, just to give you some, the Video Lottery Facility Location Commission is made up of 7 members. 3 are appointed by the governor, including the chair, which I was appointed by the governor. We were appointed back in 2008. 2 appointed by the President of the Senate, 2 appointed by the Speaker of the House. We are non-state employees. We are not compensated for the work that we do. We have been doing this now for almost, by the end of this year, it'll be 5 years. We have not, we don't receive pay for this. We don't even get money for mileage reimbursement on this. So this is a true public service. So appreciate it. So next slide. Our role is to review proposals for video lottery terminals. That's a technical term for slots or gaming facilities and operators, and to award, to make the decision to award a video lottery terminal gaming license is set forth in the law. And you'll see that we've already done that on 5 locations up to this point. Originally, we got into gaming in the state of Maryland back in 2007 when the legislature passed House Bill 4. You voted on that as a constitutional amendment in 2008. And what that did was it said that there would be a maximum at that time of 15,000 VLTs, video lottery terminals. There were no table games authorized at that time, but a maximum of 15,000 in the state of Maryland. At 5 various locations, and they're very specific on the locations, which I'll show you. But any of these locations do have to comply with zoning codes. So oftentimes you'll see when you make an award of a license, it's subject to your county government making sure that the zoning complies, or that there's zoning changes to make that, for that to comply. Originally, when we had 15,000 maximum machines, 4,750 were located in Anne Arundel County. And it didn't say where, it just said within 2 miles of Route 295. 3,750 in Baltimore City in a non-residential area within a half a mile of I-95 and 295. 2,500 VLTs in Worcester County within 1 mile of the intersection of Route 50 and Route 589. So you see there's not a lot of discretion as to where you can put these. 2,500 in Cecil County within 2 miles of I-95, and 1,500 machines on state property in Western Maryland and Allegheny County, those associated with Rocky Gap State Park. Although you see the numbers of 47, 3,750, 2,500, 2,500, and 1,500, the commission, we do have the power, if it's warranted, to allow more than the amount listed, provided that we do not exceed 4,750 in any one location. That's the maximum in any one location, irrespective of the numbers that are set forth there. When an applicant submits the materials, what they also have to do, though, is submit a fee, or initial licensing fee. And the initial licensing fee is based upon the number of machines that they're asking for the commission to grant. So you have to put into an escrow account or to a state fund $3 million for every 500 machines, gaming machines, that you're asking for. And you also have to, in your proposal, show that you are going to invest at least $25 million in construction and related expenses, land costs, things of that nature, for every 500 machines that are proposed. So those are the basic minimum requirements that a operator has when they have to submit a proposal. They have to put money up front for us to consider a proposal. As we sit here today, all 5 of the VLT facility locations that we talked about in the 2008 legislation have now been awarded. 4 of those are currently open. Cecil County was the very first one that we opened, followed by which is in Perryville, Worcester County, which is the Ocean Downs facility, Anne Arundel County, which is Arundel Mills, and then in Allegheny County, Rocky Gap State Park. Baltimore City has been awarded. It is located on Russell Street in Baltimore City. If you're familiar with where the stadiums are as you enter into Baltimore, is just before you get to the stadiums, right along that roadway. It's awarded and it is under construction at the current time. It will not be open until roughly September of 2014 next year.